My reproduction of this chest began with drawing and measuring it. The face is very complex, so a fully detailed drawing was never completed, but construction of the basic box began, and then many spindles were turned on a lathe. These were then split in half with a bandsaw and glued to the face with many clamps. This was called planting. Many other shapes are attached to the face also. Some are round or oblong dots, some are diamond-shaped. Generically, these are called lozenges. The diamonds are glued in place and then carved. The various turnings and lozenges and moldings were faithfully reproduced from the original by taking impressions with modeling clay, then plaster cast. The brass hardware was also mimicked in this way. These plaster cast became my models to shape custom knives and scrapers, which were used to shape the 4 different molding profiles used on this chest. This molding stock is then cut by hand, a little long, and then trimmed to exact specifications with a very sharp knife trimmer. Watch out for your fingers. These molding pieces are then laid out on the face of the laid down chest. When the fit is assured, the many pieces are glued down. The drawer faces are laid out in the same way. After all of the many wood parts are glued to the surface, the process of finishing can begin. This art must imitate nearly 400 years of aging and use. First, a slurry of brown earth is brushed on the surface and into any cracks. This is then wiped down and lightly sanded when dry. Then a torch is used to warm the surface and accentuate the wood grain. Sanding and brushing precede the next layer of varnish. At this point, the chest has a nice wood tone, but not the antique patina I'm aiming for. So after more sanding and brushing, a coat of gray earth is applied with a brush alternately dipped in a bleaching formula that I call the Old West formula. The entire surface inside and out is covered with this slurry, then allowed to dry for a few days, then more careful sanding and brushing to encourage a 400-year-old effect. The hardware is patinaed to similar antiquity and attached, completing my creation of a 17th century Mayflower chest.